Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob from Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a little interesting unboxing for you, something I've been wanting to try out, a little project if you will. We can call this like one of these learning, interesting videos. I've got a box in here, or a package from Unlock Composites, and I'm opening this today with my Civivi Baby Banter. And I kind of wanted to see if how this would work out, so let's go ahead and just jump right into this. I don't know if you're familiar with Unlock Composites, but they are someone that I learned about on Nav's Knives, okay? So let's see if we can get in here. All right, take the receipt away. Yep, that's just personal information. Let's see what we have in here. All right, so as you can see, this looks like what might be scales. So let's go ahead and open this up. All right, so I don't know if you can see what this is. This is going to be some scales that they make. Thank you for visiting our store. Have any questions? Let's go ahead and move some of the stuff out of the way. This is probably the frame where they were cut out of, so we'll go ahead and put that away, and that's their little sticker. So let's get right into this. All right. Ooh, we've got a pair of tweezers there. All right, so I don't know if you can tell what these are, but these are, yep, these are scales, and the tweezers will go in here, well, the other way around. We'll put those in a second, but if you can tell, these are scales for the Baby Banter. And now they're supposed to be contoured and have a really nice grip, so let's go ahead and get right into that, all right? So some of this stuff I'm probably going to speed up a little bit as I get my tools out here. I have my Wii tools and stuff like that. I'm going to put this off to the side so the camera can focus on what we're working on. Wii bits, it's always good to have some good quality tools. So usually this is a T6 and a T8. I believe the pivot is it's a T8, and then these guys are T6s. Let's just double check. Oh no, those are T. So it's just the deep carry clip, that's T6. So let's go ahead and take this apart and replace these. So I'll go ahead and start with the back side here. All right, so we've disassembled this, and I probably sped this up for you guys so you didn't have to sit there and wait the entire time. And I'm going to go ahead and move some of these component pieces over. I don't think, yeah, I was going to see there should be a little, yep, there it is, right there. So what I'm looking for is, you can see there's a little etch out there, and if you look right here, it's a little etch right there. So I've got to line that up. So let me put that in first, because that's what's going to make the pivot captive, okay? So we want to make sure where the pivot is captive. All right, so I'm just going to line that up. So now, see, it's nice and flush like it should be. So let me put that back down. That makes it a little bit easier to reassemble like that. Then we're going to do our stop pin right here. I lost a stop pin on another knife when it rolled off, so let me go ahead and put that on there. All right, good. Nice and simple. All right, while we're at it, we'll go ahead and do a little cleaning. I have some of these little KPL things here that I can kind of probably clean off a little right here just to make sure there's nothing on here. That's more wear, but I just want to make sure there's no dirt. And then I like to use a cloth maybe for these washers right here. Kind of just make sure they're all clean. If there's any dirt in them, that way we can just kind of make sure they're nice and clean. All right, so typically, because the knife here, the blade is cut out, as you can see right here, this is etched in. When I have washers, and I don't have replacement washers for this. I've got some small ones that I ordered from Skiff, and I don't know if they fit in the Baby Banter, but some of the Skiffs are enclosed. The ceramic ball bearings are all the way enclosed. These are not. You can see it's exposed. I like to make sure that's facing inward, okay? So let's go ahead and put that on there. But before I do that, let's do a little oil. And here's some of my oil that I got for Christmas from my family. I'm going to try this new KPL for the first time, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I'll probably sped that up again just to keep you from having to wait for all of that. Now I'm going to take this other one here, and this is the steel insert that's inside that one. We're going to put that on here. So that should fit very nicely like that. Okay. Now this is where I will probably put a little bit of the oil on here. But before I do that, I'm going to put a couple of these standoffs back on here. So we have a standoff here and over here. So let's go ahead and put this one on. This will take the larger screwdriver. So what I typically do with these guys, I'm going to stand that up here. So I use some Loctite 242. I tap it because sometimes it just kind of squirts up really badly and gets everywhere. There we go. Just need a drop. Just a small drop. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to line that up off screen here. Okay, so that's the first one that's going to go on here. We have a second standoff, in the back, that one is going to tie in. So I carry my pocket with the tip in. So we're going to do that. The knife would, to kind of replicate that, would be like this. The blade would be in, so I would hold it down like that. The clip would be on this side, which is this side over here, so I'm not going to put it in over here. But we can put one of the screws in that goes behind there, which is one of these guys right over here. So put a little bit of 242 Loctite on. Just a little drop. Okay, all right, so we're almost there. We got our 2 screws here, we got that. I put a little oil on there and I just touched it, so I'm going to retouch that real quick. All right, now the other thing is I do have some KPL heavy. I'd like to put that on there as well for the detent ball and the detent track. So that's going to be this right here. All right, so we have our pivot, we have our deep carry pocket clip, and our other screw that we're going to attach as soon as I put this back together. So let me go ahead and flip this over and see if we've got a good match here. Okay, so far so good. All right. Let me go ahead and start off with my screw here. Oh, I did reverse that, but that's all right. What we can do is we'll just put this on first, and then we'll come back to it and fix that. Now, as you can see, looks like some Loctite that they already had on there previously, but that's dried up, so I'm just going to add a little bit. There we go. I reverse thread till I hear a click, and then I go in. That way you're not going to strip the screws. You want to be careful with that. Okay, there we go. I'll go ahead and put this other one on before I take the other one off. Oh, that is yeah, that's going to be one of the little guys. So let me go ahead and switch that out. Those deep carry clips are the T6s. So this one will go over here on the back. So I loosened this up because it looks like my captive pivot got loose there. So I wanted to go back and tighten that back up. Let me go ahead and put the pivot on now. You'll have to loosen up when we're done. All right, so we're almost done here. Probably slowed it down again so we can talk a little bit. I'm going to just see how tight that is, just to make sure it's just tight enough. There's no blade rock. It can still shut. So this is supposed to be sort of a graphite like this, and I was expecting this color. Instead, I got this color, so I'm hoping this will darken up after maybe being cleaned a little bit and being used, maybe getting a little bit of oil on there. But and let's go ahead and put the tweezers in there. Yeah, so there's the tweezers, a little, kind of like a Swiss Army knife, if you will. So the only thing I have noticed, these scales do appear to be perhaps a little thinner. Yeah, they appear to be a little thinner. I don't know if you can see that. Thinner than the original ones, or at least they feel thinner on the outside. Perhaps they're the same because they're contoured. I thought they would be a little bit thicker. I was hoping for that to get a little better grip on this knife. I know with the Banter, which is the ones I'm waiting for, they said that they're making those right now. I want to order the Banter scales as soon as they become available because I like the Banter, but it never had this cutout for the liner lock, so it was impossible to get to on the Banter. It was very uncomfortable. It made it a very uncomfortable knife to use. And this has a nice cutout, if you can see that, right? You can get there really well, which the Baby Banter already sort of had, and we can see that by lining this up. You can see that, yeah, see, it was already cut out pretty well. But these definitely feel a little bit thicker, I'm thinking. But we'll see. See how strong they are and how comfortable they are. And they're definitely a lot lighter than what I expected when I expected them to sort of be more that color. So we'll see how that works out, and if they break in well and change color after a little bit of use and, you know, a little bit of handling, and maybe this is still from the manufacturing, it's made a little white, and from the drilling and the machining that they had to do to cut this out and put the texture on. But we'll give it a go and see how it goes. I do like the contoured lines. It's a lot softer, definitely more comfortable for sure. And that's really cool. I do like that a lot. So, all right. Well, that's the Baby Banter with the new unlocked composite scales. As you saw over here, get the sticker over here. Unlock Composite. They made some pretty cool little scales here. I'm not hating them. Just a little disappointed in the color, I think. But, you know, that may change over time. And it is carbon fiber, so I'm sure in the sun that's going to probably reflect really nicely. And we'll work them in a little bit. So let's kind of take a quick look. So if you guys wanted to get a close-up here, you can see them. You can see the contour right here along the lines, along the back here. Definitely a little smoother. If you can see the contour here, definitely a little smoother than maybe just this chamfered kind of edge, right? And then on the back, definitely a little smoother, and you can get a toothpick put in here, which I did. So, oops, let's see if I can get my toothpick out. Uh-oh. Yeah, there we go. I guess it takes a little while for it to kind of break in, but if you need a little toothpick, or I shouldn't say toothpick, tweezers, golly. Somebody's going to correct me on that one. Yep. Sorry. Tweezers, not toothpick. Though toothpick would be cool, but I'm sure they don't really want to do that. But anyways, I do like that a lot. That's kind of cool. So anyways, still pretty centered. As you can see, centering is pretty... let's take a look at that. Here, maybe we can put it in the light here. It's probably a little bit better. Yeah, still pretty good centered. So, still flicks. Still breaking in. I'll put a little more oil on there and we'll work it in and see how it goes. But pretty nice. I like that. Kind of a, you know, I'm starting to not hate it because the stone washed here looks kind of nice on that, actually, now that I think about it. Makes it have a kind of a nice little subtle kind of look. We'll see. Anyways, those are my thoughts, or not my thoughts. This is my unboxing and installing. So hopefully this was helpful. If you had any questions about the unlocked composites, this will help you out. I definitely am looking forward to installing some on the Banter as soon as I can get a hold of those. And I will definitely be posting a video if I can and when I can, because they're the reasons why I bought another Banter, because they'll actually cut out the right here for the liner lock. That was my biggest issue. I didn't really have access to the liner lock, and that was always kind of a problem with the Banter. You had to really get your finger, and I don't have little, you know, thin fingers. I have stubby fingers, so to get in there was a little challenging. So anyways, I'm looking forward to that, and thanks so much for checking out my video today. If you like this, Rob's Nerdy Knives, would you consider maybe subscribing down below and hitting the like button? I sure would appreciate it. And feel free to leave some comments down below if you have any questions about this unboxing or an installation, or if you have any ideas or recommendations or things you'd like to see me do while I do some of these things. I would be happy to do so. I'm always willing to learn and grow. And if you like this and this channel, please consider checking me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. That's robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching today, and have a great day and a great week. Bye.